Hello, welcome to a special announcement from Board Game TV. With Sentinels of the Multiverse now being done and completed, and me just getting the Sentinels of the Multiverse Oblivion expansion, I have an announcement to make. We're going to do a special Sentinels of the Multiverse September. That's right. What does that mean? Well, every day for the month of September, in lieu of our usual games, with a couple exceptions, I'm going to be spamming some Sentinels of the Multiverse videos, trying to go through every villain in the multiverse with all combinations of heroes, promo cards. We're going to have promo villains. We're going to go villain by villain through each set. Promo villains, expansion villains, going through every environment, you name it, leading all the way up to Oblivion. Then, once we're done with that, come time for Oblivion, we will put Sentinels on Tournament Thursday, and we will try to beat Oblivion using different combinations of heroes. I don't expect to be able to do it on the first try. I expect it to be very hard. Frankly, I expect to get my butt kicked. So what does this mean? Well, first off, let me tell you a little story. I know, boring stories here, but hear me out. You know, when I first got into board gaming several years ago, I saw a playthrough or a review for Sentinels of the Multiverse, and I poo-pooed it. I just gave it no heed, and I thought, what a dumb game. I said, first of all, it's a card game, and I'm not into card games. I'm into board games. But if I were into card games, there's no way I'd play a card game with a bunch of no-name superheroes. Me being a big Marvel Universe fan, growing up reading Marvel comics and loving them, I wasn't going to tolerate fake heroes. Now mind you, this was still a couple years before Legendary Encounters came out, so we again had no real good card games. Well, one day I went to my local game store, and some guy was playing Sentinels of the Multiverse, and he asked me if I wanted to play with him, and I really didn't, but I was going to be polite. I said, okay, I'll play it. I played it. And you know what? The darndest thing happened. I enjoyed it. And he asked me to play again, so I played again. And when you know it, I liked it even better the second time I played it. My local game store had a copy of the enhanced edition, so me having a little extra money to burn, I went ahead and bought it. And I can say I've gotten every expansion since. Sentinels of the Multiverse is probably in my top 5, maybe possibly top 3 games. And I have a lot of games, but I really enjoy this game. First of all, the simplicity. It's so simple. There is a lot of bookkeeping, and I recommend anybody who gets into Sentinels of the Multiverse, get the sidekick. I have the sidekick. Makes things a lot easier. However, I don't use the sidekick on these playthroughs because I want to show you what it's like without the regular, you know, what you get. The sidekick does cost a little money, but it's definitely worth it. But the game is so simple. Basically, do what the card says on the villain, play a card, play a power, do end of turn stuff, and then move on. Its simplicity is great. Yet, as simple as it is, you still need viable strategies. And who we kidding ourselves? If you play with the wrong heroes or screw up playing with a bad strategy, you can get your butt handed to you. Number 2 about this game that I really love is just the universe. You know, they don't have a cartoon, they don't have a TV show, they don't have basically anything to promote these superheroes. Yet I feel like I know, and I'm a part of that universe because I played it, because I read the little blurbs on the cards, because I know the history, and the world is living. If you go from the base set to the next expansion, Rook City, the world moves on, and things have happened to the heroes, and new heroes are introduced, and if you go to the next set, the same thing keeps happening. Sure, this game has a few little problems here and there, but it is such a fun game. And you're going to see on these playthroughs, most of these games were basically nail biters. I mean, really big nail biters. It could have gone either way sometimes. I get my butt handed to me in a couple. I win easily in a couple, but most of these games, and there's like 30 something of them, were freaking nail biters. And I had so much fun going back and replaying these games. I wanted to share it with you and for you to see what the experience is like. Yeah, it's not a deck building. Yeah, you don't get to pick your deck. Each character, every hero, has their own deck full of the same cards every time you use them. But it's figuring out which cards to use, when to use it, and a little bit of luck of the draw, and how to manipulate those cards into being used with other heroes is what makes this game such a good strategic, fun game. Now, I am not a Sentinels of the Multiverse die-hard know-it-all. Okay, I don't know every strategy like some people do. If you look at some playthroughs, the best characters to use, who not to use together, who not to use against which villain. But you know, so forgive me in some of these upcoming videos if I use a strategy that's terrible, or if I lose it and you're like, well, yeah, no wonder you lost. Use that crappy strategy and use this hero. I am not that die-hard strategy guy. I just wanted to use, and what I set out to do with these videos is try to tell the story of this multiverse. I used heroes that always went up against their nemesis. I used heroes that would end up teaming up together and forming teams. I used heroes that tried to progress the storyline. Some die, some gain new powers, all that kind of stuff. I also go through these videos and give the origin story for the villain and their nemesis, and I read a lot of blurbs on the cards so you see and know what this universe is about. And I know some people are not going to be happy about me dedicating a month to Sentinels of the Multiverse and putting on hold my normal game schedule. But please listen to these two facts. One, not all games will be on hold. For those Shadows of Brimstone fans, Shadow Sunday is still coming every Sunday. That's my favorite game. I love it. We're in the middle of a great campaign, so Shadows of Brimstone will not be delayed any whatsoever. You're going to get an extra video on Sundays. You're going to get a Sentinels video. Some days you may get 2, some days you may get 1. There are a few other games which I plan on continuing to play. I know Pathfinder will probably be one, Fireteam Zero, stuff like that. But every day you're going to at least get a Sentinels of the Multiverse video going through the villains, hopefully in mostly a true chronological order, going through each set until we get up to Oblivion. There are no Oblivion videos in this series because we're saving that for Tournament Thursday when this series ends, and we're going to try. What my goal with this game was to show you how differently this game plays from hero to hero, from villain to villain. How much fun this game is. And like I said, believe me, a lot of these games are nail-biters. And how a game I initially thought was worth nothing, basically, something I would never even play, that looked stupid, I couldn't even get into the art of it, how it won my heart and won me over to become one of my favorite games. And I'm going to be honest with you, replaying these, I had so much fun. This is my favorite card game. I can tell you right off the bat right now, this is it. They did such a great job with this game over the years. And I wanted to show you every good aspect of this game, a few negative aspects, but every good aspect of this game, what this game is, and how to enjoy a game like this if you ever chose to get into it. Because if you ever chose to get into it, now would be the time. Because they're done with it. This game is over with. They said Oblivion is the last. So far, I believe them. And all the expansions are readily available, and you can pick and choose what you want and see who you want. And these videos will provide a perfect showcase for that, because I have all the promo cards, all the villains, heroes, every single last one of them, all the environments, everything in Sentinels of the Multiverse I have. And I show off almost everything except for Oblivion. Although there are a few environments and heroes from Oblivion that I do end up playing with. So for those of you upset, I'm going to put some playthroughs on hold. Hey, we're going to resume back stronger than ever next month once this series is done. Like I said, Shadows and a few other games will continue on their regular scheduled basis. But every day for the month of September, you're getting a Sentinels of the Multiverse video. Some days you're going to be getting 2. I hope, if you had the same attitude that I had, I hope you give this series a chance. I hope that you know, at least watch one and see what you think about it and if you like it. Because I honestly would recommend this game for everybody. And when I have a good, fun game that I love to play and I think is excellent and superb, I want to share it. And so we're going to have Sentinels September, because that's what this month of September is going to be all about, is the Sentinels of the Multiverse. It's a good little mix-up for the channel. And, you know, I had a lot of fun, and I wanted to share that fun. So if you have any questions or comments, hey, just drop them in the message board there on YouTube on the video. Like I said, there are going to be a few oddities. You're going to hear me say Tournament Thursday and stuff like that on a couple videos, because I've already taken all these videos and wanted to really do it on Tournament Thursday, but I changed my mind about that. So just ignore that. And like I said, if I make a stupid mistake, hey, okay, I made a couple mistakes. If I did some stupid strategies, I made some no strategies. But I hope you enjoy this month of September with these playthroughs. I love this game. I hope you give it a chance. And I hope you fall in love with it as much as I have. So until then, have fun.